So it's we'll talk about it one day. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but eventually, yeah, we're gonna make some cool stuff. Okay. Did I just set him up to die? Not possible. Well, no, no, we're all good. Okay. Boop, boop. Because this guy can't get off, we can. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was just being stupid there. See, here's the bubbles, and you got to jump from bubble to bubble before they pop to get to the other side. But we need to clear this side first. Oh, the red ones. The red ones are terrible. Baylog, bring your sword. We want the sword this time. Yeah. Beep. Actually, we'll let Baylog get this one. Okay, now the main part of this one. We'll take Olaf first because if he gets in trouble, he can float. So we can float him into a bubble. We can float him to the next bubble, and then we can float him into death. You know, the thing I forget is bubbles, they're slippery. You get Olaf back. Give up, yes. Oh, mighty Thor, please give us Olaf back. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to try to do that every time until it gets funny, because it's not funny yet. It's actually kind of sad. And if my Thor could bring people back to life, I would be very worried as to who he would choose. If that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Oh, let's just take him up there. Though I'm not new to Thor, I am new to streaming and the streaming echo cycle. And so far, everybody that I've talked to in regards to streaming and stuff like that has been very friendly, very helpful. I really have no complaints. I mean, because Thor streams 12 hours a day, I'm not always able to get a hold of him to ask him questions, but there are different streamers that have answers to a lot of the questions I have and stuff like that out there. Although I cannot for the life of me figure out why YouTube worked once and hasn't worked since. Actually, it worked twice, but hasn't worked since, even though it's all the same settings and everything's turned on correctly. Thor explained to me the monetization thing. I don't fully get it, but when it comes to that, then I will definitely deflect to him to say, okay, what do I do here? How does this work? Yeah, should it happen? Come on, give me a bubble. You didn't give me a bubble. Ah! Damn you. Damn you all to hell. You should practice with the other two before resetting. Oh, yeah, that goes back to what we were talking about before, is why doesn't it just reset them? So if we jump, wow, that was me making a lot of mistakes really quick, but it working out. Woohoo! Eric can make it, but he has jumping abilities, so. Hey. Let's see if we can get let's get Mr. I fight them all across. He needs a special set. Come on, give me a bubble. Give me a bubble you can walk to. Oh, almost missed that one. Oh, gonna fall straight down. We're waiting for the bubble for him. That's the one. I'm thinking if I can get Baylog high enough, He could probably float most of the way across. Or no, sorry, Olaf. If I can get Olaf high enough. I wish I could repeat my glasses success. I use basically a loop. Cool. You know, because one of the things, like I have an Oculus, and I've used it a couple times, but there are places that will make your glasses lenses for your Oculus, so you can put them inside, which is really cool. That way you don't have to wear your glasses inside the Oculus. But there's companies that do make that. Since we got everybody, okay, now we're gonna go. Other than the key, oh, Almighty Thor, bring everybody back. Okay, sorry, I almost forgot. Prescription lenses always. You know, if you look, like this one gives my eyeball a nice big eyeball. Good. That's my bad eye. You got good eye, you got bad eye. And they don't talk to each other all that much, except for in the visual cortex. And the conversations they have are just not polite. That's all I'm saying. They're not a friendly group. Okay, Eric, come on up. See, another thing that I had on the perfect glasses was it would not reflect the lights on it because I would do interviews and stuff like that. So the yearling sounds cool. Yearling. And so we say goodnight to the yearlings. Gotta keep from getting into like an old Yeller condensation thing. A lot of FPS games have motion blur turning on by default. I don't know. It's because I never played them. Like I said, there's only one that I ever played and I loved it, which was Half-Life 2. It was a great first-person shooter and the first one that I was able to play without just getting sick to my stomach. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. Okay, let's see about getting everybody across. Olaf, you were the problem child last time. Let's see if we can float you onto. Damn it! Every exact same thing every fucking time. So let's get on to playing Lost Vikings. Like I said, I got back to the bubble mode because I just don't know. I like the fact that I can play any game system on this Retron. But the controls, the actual menus and stuff for it, for the controls and where it starts and stops and all that stuff, it's driving me kind of batty because there is times when you want to be able to just go back to the beginning and enter new stuff or enter a code to go to the level you're at, but it just won't let me go back to the beginning and do that. So let's see if we can get past this level. Obviously, I've messed it up a few times now. Yeah, so we will see. Let us jump up here and put the barrier up. Along, come along. So to go on with the stuff we were talking about in regards to stories and stuff like that, let's talk about how, and I talked a little bit about this. I don't remember if I went all the way through it, but I know that everybody asks everything 2 or 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and cover the same ground just a little bit in regards to oh, I thought he could get away with that. In regards to the story, is at the time I was in 1990, I was working in Beverly Hills, and driving up there every day, I'd have to get up at like 6:30 in the morning and to be at work by 9 or 10. Because anybody that lives in LA knows LA traffic is probably the worst thing on the planet. Or at least, let me rephrase that. It's the worst kind of traffic on the planet until you go to other cities throughout the world. because the most entertaining worst traffic I ever watched was actually in Seoul, Korea, when we announced StarCraft 2. I didn't watch TV while I was there, but what I did watch is my window in my hotel was pointed out at one of the main intersections in Seoul, and I watched traffic. And my problem was I was trying to figure out the rules, and I couldn't figure out all the rules of traffic in Korea, because a couple people literally drove up on the sidewalk to go around traffic. And that was interesting. I was just fascinated by that. Okay, here comes the hard parts. Now let's see if we can get Olaf across first. Do some bubble busting. God, I make the same mistake with him every time. We know that we can get Eric across, but let's... Okay. We did get them both across, but until we can get Olaf across, it's not going to work. So we're going to do it again. Hey, do you still work at Jagex? No, I do not still work at Jagex. I left Jagex about a year ago, and been just kind of bumming around doing some stuff. But yeah, Jagex, I left a year ago. In all honesty, I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish there. I got there. The team that I had was absolutely amazing. A lot of the people on that team were in the wrong place, or there were all kinds of issues and stuff like that. But it's because it was a very young team, although some of them had been there for a very long time. But we got all the people in the right place. And I told them when I first got there, I go, look, once we get everything kind of settled and get you guys everywhere where they're supposed to be, you're not going to need me anymore. And I'll be more than happy to leave. And that's exactly what happened. Is the team... I took a team that needed me when I got there and turned them into a team that didn't need me, and then I left because that's the right thing to do. But like Matt and Nikki and all them are absolutely amazing, and I don't think that they fully got all the credit for all the things that all the greatness that they actually hold before. And I think that they are. I think now that the credit is going to the right people, everybody is in the right place, and I'm really very proud of what I was able to accomplish with them there. And we made some cool stuff while we're at it. So, and the leadership of the team is, like I said, right now you could not ask for a better leadership for that team. Okay, Olaf. We're going to try this. I caught myself. God. Okay, I might have to treat him like I treat Eric or Balog when Balog's going across. Because his shield is just causing problems because he's moving in slow motion. Really love RuneScape. It's such a good MMO. Been played. Yeah, RuneScape's one of the oldest MMO RPGs out there, you know, and I think that the brothers who started it had a good idea there. Now I did try years ago. I tried playing it, but it just wasn't my kind of game. This was way back like 2012, right in that area somewhere. You know, but because I think I was playing Borderlands 2 or 3, probably 2. I like Borderlands 2. And if you ever play Borderlands, what I think is one of the best DLCs out there is the Tiny Tina DLC for Borderlands. Oh my God, her D&D game is like completely on spot. I really, really liked that. I really, really liked it. It was a lot of fun. Is he going to be able to... Nope. Ah! Okay, so now I know. I need to make it at least 3 bubbles in. And then he can float. Go all the way to the top and float across. So like I was saying, though. Oh, God, I got off track. God. See how the brain works? So I was working in Beverly Hills, and as I was saying before, I was working for a company called Slade, for Stephanie Slade and John Peterson. They own the company, and we were doing TV stuff. So that's where I learned how to use the Quantel paint box and the Harry editing system at over by Gower Studios and stuff like that, because this was way before Photoshop and After Effects and all that stuff. It was basically all that stuff in a box, but it was a big computer box. And I think they paid probably about $500 an hour to be able to use this equipment. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of learning. But we would take the stuff on the computer, we would then go to the Quantel paint box and convert that into D1 videotape. And then that D1 videotape, we would then go, because it would have an alpha, would then go to the TV station. The TV station would then use it to cut into the shows that they were doing. So we did the Comedy Club Network, we did Pair of Jokers, we did the American Teacher Awards for Disney, the graphics for it, And when I say we, it's because I was a small part of a big team, because it was only my second job in the industry, and it was a lot of learning, a lot of fun, Okay, we're going to try Olaf here again. Now he should be able to just drop onto that one. Now we want to drop onto that one. I don't know if you know this, but bubbles are slippery. Let's try something. It may not work, but I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to take Olaf up to the very top. And I'm going to see if he can float all the way across without dying. Because this is really starting to chap my hide. Yeah, so we were doing those kind of graphics and stuff like that. But in order to do that, I had to get up at 6:30 every morning, drive in LA traffic to Beverly Hills, work, and sometimes work went late because you get working on stuff and it's just meh. So usually get home between 10 and 12 every night, and then turn around and do the whole thing again. And my wife, Thor's mom, said, you really need to find something closer that is easier to get to and from and all that stuff. And so I looked things up in the paper and was looking for stuff closer, and saw an ad and put on my one and only suit, which was just hilarious, and went and interviewed at this small company. And when I went in there was only 4 people in the office, I believe at the time. There was Alan Adham, who actually interviewed me. There was Mike Morheim and Frank Pierce were in the back room building computers. And then just inside the door at a little computer desk, because it was probably just like 2 foot by 1 foot, was I believe his name was Anthony Gomez, was there doing artwork, and that, I believe at the time, was the whole team. And I'm pretty sure that was in February, because they opened their doors on February 8th for Silicon Synapse. And then I believe I was interviewed sometime in February, and then they didn't have the money to hire me until September that year. Okay, let's see what this is going to do. Am I going to die? I'm going to... Oh! You see, if I would have stopped... Okay, now I know. Okay. Let's see if we can still get him across with no problem. You would think I never played. Okay. So, I'm getting ready for this this interview. And I put my suit on. Like I said, really terrible gray suit. And it wasn't like a solid gray suit. It was like striped and stuff, and it was just horrible. And Alan gave me shit about it for a long time. And I remember him saying after he hired me, he goes, yeah, I told Frank and Mike, I go, that man has never worn a suit in his life. And he was pretty close to right. I maybe had worn a suit 2 or 3 times in my life. And had no style for picking suits or anything like that. It's like, okay, that's a suit. I'll wear that. Terrible, terrible. And of course we have, and we'd better improve or we're not going to get out of here. That is true. If they'd have more monsters for me to clobber, things would be going a lot better. There are more monsters for him to clobber. They are on the other side of the bubble wall. I really thought that Olaf would have been able to make that from up there. No, can't he? People can't stand on him. People can't stand on him. He can't stand on other people. So it's not like we can make him higher. But maybe we can aim for a bubble from this level for him to float on. No, this is the base level. Okay, let's step off. Come on, give me the bubble. This is either going to be a very long thing, or I'm going to have to learn how to pass this thing in the in my off time. We just forget everything else. We just worry about getting Olaf across. Yeah, so I showed up to the interview. I had a makeshift resume that I wrote up because I never really had written up a resume before that. I had written up one for school because they wanted you to write one, but I never wrote one that actually got me a job before that time, and it was only my second job in computer graphics. Or sorry, Slade was my second job. Silicon and Synapse was my third, and we'll talk about my first in the coming months, or the coming shows. But it was, let's just say that everything that could go wrong in your first job went wrong in this job, you know, and it to this day is still just one of those things that I'm just like mentally messed up about, because I really wanted my first job in this to work, because like I said, I was a plumber before this. So we did the interview. I left and Alan said, okay, as soon as we have the financials, we'll hire you. And it took them till September, and they hired me on September 13th, which was 5 days after I turned 30. Which made it obviously, for a team that was literally in their early 20s. I think Alan was the oldest. He was 25. I think Mike was, I could probably do the math, but let me just guess. I think he was 24, 23. And I think Frank was around that age too. But because I was 30, it threw the average age of the company off. So when Alan went and said, we're a young team, the average age is 22 or something like that, I messed that all up because I was 30. It also just meant that I was the old man sitting in the corner, but that was okay too. But I was hired on a 5-week contract to build the cars for rock and roll racing. And so that's what I was doing. And the first one I built was a Jeep, and it was terrible. Oh my God. And what I mean by built, I mean, it was early 3D. So I built all the models for them. I put them together in this Macintosh 3D program. And I still can't remember the name, but it was something like Sphere or something like that. But I built the first car, which was a Jeep. And I even remember to this day, the mistakes that I made on it is I put the center pivot point in the wrong place. It was too far forward, so the Jeep never moved up and down right or turned right. But lucky for me, the Jeep company refused to let us license the Jeep image, so the Jeep never got in the game. You know, which kind of works too, because you couldn't put, we didn't have people in the cars, and all the other cars were covered, so you couldn't see the people in them. But if you had the Jeep, you would have had to put a person body in there, and we just didn't. And I messed that one up completely. But what was cool was Mike and Alan and them went out and bought me all kinds of toy trucks, toy cars, all kinds of stuff, and then to inspire me to make cool cars. So I just started building cars, you know, and then putting base colors on them and making them rotate correctly, having the correct center of gravity in the center of the car underneath so that it went up and down correctly and turned correctly. And then started building those and pumping those out. In the middle of that, we went to, while we were doing that, we went to a CES in Las Vegas. And I think we stayed at the Motel 6. Yeah, I think it was the Motel 6. And it was like literally 10 people per room or something like that. So it was like, it was a lot of fun, but we had to do it on the cheap because the company had no money. We just didn't have money, you know, for all the niceties and stuff like that. But on that trip, I remember Ron Miller saying that he was talking to somebody or that he was looking at how the sunlight hit the cars on the highway and stuff like that. So I was listening to what he was saying, and then and he was talking to somebody else. But one of the things about being the oldest one there, nobody expects you to talk a lot, and I don't talk a lot, but I do listen. So what he was talking about, I can't, because he was talking about how the light reflected off the cars and stuff like that. So I started looking at that, and then came back and started doing the paint overs on the cars, because I would build the cars in 3D, then I would take them into D-Paint Animator, and then I would paint over them so that they looked like cars that fit inside a Super Nintendo game. And I probably should start playing again. Okay, we're going to try this one again. But we're going to see if we can stop on a bubble somewhere. Let's stop on bubbles and then float again. Stop on bubbles. I think we've made it. I think we've done it. Olaf has left the building. Of course, now the hard part again. Now, one of these guys is going to die simply because it's just the way life works. We're going to go very slowly with them. Okay, give me that second bubble. God damn it. So as I was saying, I came back and started doing the paint overs for the cars because we wanted them to look like they belonged in the Super Nintendo color scheme and stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, I haven't been following the chat because I've been yapping. Okay, there's nothing there. All right, let's look on Discord real quick. Happy Monday. Okay, we're all good. So, working on the cars, and then at the same time, the company was also like interviewing other artists and interviewing things because they had other projects that were coming up, and so I remember once that Sam and I were in the back room. We're working on the monsters for Lost Vikings. So Sam would be drawing them. I would animate them and teaching Sam to animate and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. But one guy came in, and he came in, and what we did was I'm getting a little ahead of myself because there's a reason for the art test. I'm going to explain that first. We had several artists that worked with us, and one of them was a guy named Danny. I'm not going to say his last name, but this guy Danny, and he worked for us for a while. He was a good artist. I remember one time, because we used to go like once a month, the whole company, when I say the whole company, all 5 or 10 of us would go to the movies. And I remember one time we all went to the movies, we went to lunch, we all got back to the office, and then we realized nobody brought Danny back from the movies. So we actually left Danny at the movies, which I thought was we thought it was hilarious at the time, you know, but because everybody thought, because we went in several cars, everybody thought he was in one of the other cars. But we have left people at the movie theater more than once, but Danny was the very first one. Danny also was sadly one of the first artists that left us from, not left us as in died, but left us as in from the company. And he he had a lot of home issues and just had to leave, to take care of them, and we were all good with that. But one of the things we learned was when Stu Rose was hired, and this is mentioned in Play Fair as well, is when Stu Rose was hired, Alan was cleaning out all the portfolios that people had sent him, and he came across one and he had it open at his desk and he was looking at it, and Stu goes, "Why do you have my portfolio?" And Alan's like, this isn't your portfolio, this is Danny's portfolio. That's when we found out that Danny had used Stu's portfolio to get the job. And we were just like, oh my God, why would people even do that? But it was done. But that led to us doing art tests. If someone came in and said, here's my portfolio, we would sit them down and say, draw something. Later on, Sam would decide what it is that they would draw. But in the beginning, it was just like, okay, draw something. And one guy came in and he had really good sketch art, all that stuff. And he sat down at the computer behind Sam and I, because we were in a room with 3 computers. And Alan sat him down there and said, okay, draw me some trees and other things. He gave him a list of things to draw. And the guy drew them. And Alan came back and he turned to us. He goes, guys, can you look at this? What's wrong with this? And the tree was brown on the top and the trunk was green. And we looked at it and I'm like, well, the colors are opposite of what they should be. And the guy turns to Alan and he goes, oh, I'm colorblind. Is that going to be a problem? And Sam and I both, trying hard not to snicker under our breath, turned around back to our computers and started working again. And Alan goes, okay, let's go to my office and talk. And we never saw him again. So that was fascinating to me. That made me laugh. Now, along the lines of color blindness is we have to think about, everybody always asks, why is Blizzard stuff so bright and vivid and oversaturated and all that stuff? And it's because Alan was colorblind. And we had to keep bumping up the colors until he could see them clearly. So everybody goes, Blizzard's artwork's always so distinct, even going back to the Super Nintendo games. And it was because we were trying to bump up the colors so Alan could see them, And that's how we got. I knew it. Haha. I worked with a guy who's colorblind, and he used to tell apart ketchup and barbecue sauce by smell. Yep, that does happen. So yeah, but that was always fun. But that is why even with Lost Vikings here, they're so oversaturated. It's very vivid, and it was just to help Alan see them better. Yeah. And I don't know the full extent of his colorblindness, and I don't mean to speak for him, but I just wanted to say this is why a lot of our colors are the way they are, is because we wanted. Okay, come on, we can do this. Yes. Okay, now the other ones. Wrong level. Okay, Eric. Come on. You just got to get to... It's always a... Let me practice with the old Baylog. He should be pretty much the same thing as we just tap, tap, wait for the next bubble. Come on. Ah, it bounces off it. Did you contribute any creative decisions to early? We all did. Everybody worked on everything. Everybody was listened to. Everybody's ideas were 100% part of the conversation always. Because someone asked, did you contribute any creative decisions to early games such as Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, Warcraft, and change something, or that changed something major? I would say this in the early years, and you'll see this on the early games, it's Alan chose to put design by Blizzard because all of us had huge input into everything. So he didn't want to just say one person designed it when all of us were pretty heavily involved in it. Imagine would just get all the socks in one color. Well, as a person who has all their socks in one color, so I don't have to worry about matching them, I'm all for that, but I'm not colorblind. Another thing we had, I can talk about that when we get to rock and roll racing, but so as I was saying is I had a 5-week contract to do the cars for rock and roll racing, and then we stopped and they extended it because we had stopped and made Lost Vikings, and rock and roll racing wasn't finished yet. So then we went back to rock and roll racing after Lost Vikings was finished. And I keep having to look up because it gives. I have my notes here. But after my 5 weeks was up, or the contract was up, Alan came and goes, "Okay, thank you," and I go, "Well, there's a stack of art over there that I can do if you want me to," So that's where we got into like battle chess and castles and Dvorak on typing and all those other games that we were doing as ports to keep the doors open. But those of us that were there, we honestly did not know that Mike and Alan were using their credit cards and stuff like that to keep us paid, which we really appreciated once we found out. I mean, but that tells you what kind of bosses they were. They were awesome. I say to this day that I will put anybody up. If you want to work for the best bosses, work for Mike and Alan. The people that are at Dreamhaven are really lucky because Mike's amazing. He was, when I first got there, in the beginning, he was a very quiet guy who just did his programming and like made comment here and there on the things that he was working on. But he turned into an absolutely exceptional boss. And can't argue that. That's there's a lot of pure love there, and both he and Alan did a lot of stuff to help all of us throughout the years to grow and like just as artists and everything else. It was, can't argue that one. We helped make them who they are, and they helped make us who we are, and that's a whole bunch of cool stuff. Okay, let's go over here. One of the things we had in the office is, because we didn't have like vending machines and stuff like that, but one of the guy's girlfriends, and I'm not sure which one, I don't remember, but her dad had a business of putting boxes of candy in offices where you would put your money in the little slot and then you would just take a candy bar or stuff like that. The problem is that you're looking at a room full of guys who just are broke most of the time and decide that, okay, well, every now and then you just grab a candy bar and I'll do it. And I remember Alan coming and talking to us once. He goes, "Look, guys, the company can't afford to keep paying for your candy bars and stuff," because like I said, we weren't making a lot of money back then. I remember him coming back and going, "Stop taking the candy bars." And I know I did, and I did try to pay when I could, but there were times when I took one here and there when it was like 2 or 3 in the morning and we were working and just forgot about it, thinking, "Oh, I'll just put it in there tomorrow," and then literally just forgot about it. But but that guy, I give the guy a lot of credit because the candy guy stuck with us as we got bigger offices and stuff like that, and he was able to add candy machines instead of just a box. So and he's also in all the credits. Like I said, we've put everybody in the credits. The one thing that I've been in a lot of arguments about games, but the biggest arguments ever about games is the credits and making sure that everybody's getting the credit that they deserve. And the biggest fights that ever happened, in my opinion, were in regards to credits on the games. So there's a really good thing. I don't know if you haven't seen the TV series or the internet series Staged with David Tennant and Michael Sheehan. One of the first couple episodes, they argue about credits, and it's for anybody that's in a creative field that has to deal with some kind of credit. It is a must see. Oh, that was cool, and it was completely accidental. Good thing I recorded that. I'm gonna save that one. Like, look at that. Oh no, he goes up there. All right, Baylog. Could this be the one? You just gotta tiptoe. Just ease your way onto it. Okay. Ease your way onto it. Okay. Ease your way. Oh, that was close. Ease your way onto it. Come on, give me that middle bubble. Oh, yes. We're going to get right to the end and die. Little bastards. Oh, we're so close. 2 bubbles away. Give me the bubble. 1 bubble away. Is it a bubble? No, we're just getting high enough. All right. Okay, Olaf. We've been able to do this with you twice. Okay, here goes. He's on his floaters. Give him a race. Come on. And I know it's because I'm getting completely impatient. I know that that's why I got the other 2 across. Can you play Rock and Roll Racing? Play the heck out of that game when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Rock and Roll Racing next. We will. That's awesome. The candy box guy in the credits. Yeah, well, we put everybody in the credits. That's why everybody goes, well, why are the game credits so long? It's because everybody's in there. Everybody that was involved. Because here's the way I looked at it. I think this is how the company looked at it. But here's the way I looked at it. Is we as creators, yes, absolutely do the creating, the developing, all that stuff, the programming. We as creators, we do all that. However, we would not be able to do that without the support of family, friends, cleaning people, the person that like wipes off your desk when you're not there, all those kind of things. So we always just put everybody in there because we thought it was because they're as important as the developers themselves. And a lot of people forget about that or they treat them poorly. We never wanted to treat them poorly. We did make up for the candy box stuff, so don't worry about that. We did cover him, but we didn't want to. We felt that they were just as important for us to be able to do what we do as us doing it. So the support is a huge thing, and family as well. Family's another one. Is if you don't have support at home, going to work and doing what we do doesn't happen, and there is a lot of positives that come out of that for family and stuff like that, and a lot of thanks to them is always necessary because you forget sometimes because you get your day in day out stuff, and you get working on stuff. I remember a time when I was in the office and Frank came in and Frank was a grouchy guy. He just was. I think he still is. I haven't talked to him in years, but he used to be like the grouchiest 22-year-old, 23-year-old that I had ever seen in my life. And I remember one time he had come in and his complaint was that McDonald's had raised their price of Burger Wednesday from 25 cents, or was it from 20 cents a burger to 25 cents a burger? And he just like, oh my God, so huffy puffy about it. It was absolutely hilarious, but I'm just like, it's a nickel, dude. And he goes, it's not a nickel. Let me see if I can do the voice. Cause my impersonation of Frank is not an impersonation of Frank. My impersonation of Frank is an impersonation of Samwise impersonating Frank. Cause it's so much better. Like, it's $1. It can't be more than $1. I used to be able to go get five hamburgers for $1. Now I can't. Now I can only get 4. Yeah. Oh, too funny. I tell that story a lot better in writing, I think. Oh, well, it's okay. There was another time we were out and we used to have a lunch deal, which was 5 people would volunteer to make lunch for all 5 of them on each day of the month or each day of the week. So on Mondays, I would make lunch or bring lunch for the 5 people. Pat Wyatt would bring lunch, I think, on Tuesdays, et cetera, et cetera. But I remember one time Pat Wyatt brought in these pita sandwiches, and we're like, oh, cool, pita sandwiches. But inside the pita sandwich was, I want to make sure I get this right. And Pat, if Pat's out there, chime in. But it was a pita sandwich with peanut butter, cheese, and tuna. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he goes, well, it's a sandwich I've had since I was a kid, And I'm like, what? Peanut butter, cheese, and tuna. But to his credit, it actually wasn't too bad. I'm like, okay, that's what is this? Yes, 4 burgers for $1. That was the special at McDonald's. So yeah, but we would go out and in the business complex that we worked in, there was a gazebo close to our office door. So we go out and eat lunch there. And I forget and we would basically tell jokes and talk and do all the things you do at lunch, But I remember one time, I forget what was said, but I broke up in the middle of drinking a Coke and literally just sprayed out my nose, my mouth, everything, Coke. And I remember Mike almost throwing up and had to leave. But Sam had taken that and drawn on the whiteboard, the gazebo, and me like just spewing Coke all over the place. And it was hilarious because it was there forever because Sam didn't use a erasable Sharpie. He used a real Sharpie. So that ruined that whiteboard, but it was a firm reminder of just how stupid we were and stupid things that we did. Okay. This level's really starting to piss me off. I got everybody across except for Olaf. Here, let's take a quick look as to what we can do after this. I think we just need to go up here. Okay, there's a key. Do I not have the key? Is the key up here? I did not get the key, did I? I was so concerned about getting across, I did not get the key. Yes, but we did not know that we did not know that you could get Sharpie off with rubbing alcohol in 1992. And leaving it up there was funnier. So where was the key? Was it up on this side? Okay. Now I gotta figure out where the key is. Are you the key master? Turn around, snail. Okay. No key here. If it's up here, it's not up here either. Interesting. I missed a secret somewhere. Okay, so there's the shield. There's the tomato. There's no key on this one. There's no places to jump. And the key would be completely visible. We weren't known to hide the important pieces. It was the peripheral pieces that you needed but didn't need that we always hid. It's got to be on the other side then. Come on, give me the bubble. Thank you. Don't step off. Ah, damn it. Okay, well, let's take Olaf over there and see if we can get him over there without dying. Oh. Have art duels on my office whiteboard that have been there for 4+ years. Yeah, that happens. I'm a mom. We learn how to clean all sorts of things. Yeah. Dads usually just go, rub a little dirt on it. It'll be fine. You know? But then again, that's also with scratches and bumps and bruises. And yeah, just rub a little dirt on it. Don't tell your mother. That's another one. But Dad... I'm going to end up an expert at the beginning of this level, which is this part here. If I remember correctly, this was the hardest level for everyone. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to make it. It's not going to be pretty. Okay, let's do this real quick. Maybe the key. I don't remember if we put a secret here on top. Yeah, my mistake when the boys were little is, are you bleeding? Nope. Okay, you're not hurt. That was a mistake, because the first time they got hurt and bled, oh my God. You would think they were dying, and they thought they were too. But you gotta love them, because they won't let you leave them on the side of the road. They just won't. It's just not how it all works. Come on, get all the way to the top. Woohoo! You guys are going, yeah. You did that before. As long as you don't acknowledge the small child's pains, they cannot be hurt. Well, true and false. It says as long as you don't acknowledge the small child's pain, it doesn't. They can't be hurt. It's a if. Because what ends up happening is, God damn it. Talking and playing, probably not the best thing. What ends up happening is with a lot of kids, and you'll see them do this, and they'll look to see if anybody's watching or anybody saw them fall, and then they'll decide to cry or not. So if you don't see it, or if you pretend you don't see it, sometimes they don't get that upset about it. So like Jason or Thor was like that, where he would look, he would fall, he would look around. If nobody saw it, he would jump up and continue on whatever he was doing. But if you looked, if you heard a bump and turned and look, he'd scream like a maniac. And he was like, "Oh God, dude, you're killing me." Okay. I know you guys are probably getting extremely bored watching me continually die and over and over again playing this level. I just want you to know that psychologically, it's not doing me a whole lot of fun either. We've been here before. Yes, we have. Will you two please be more careful? You've made mistakes too, Eric. Oh, that was low. The very first pissed lines. Way back when. They're in every Blizzard game. Heck no, we are having fun. Okay, as long as you're having fun. As long as you're laughing at me dying, I'm all good. Hey Thor Dad, this is the game that inspired my entry into the last Pirate Jam. Cool. Very cool to see you play it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, one thing that I have noticed is when I first started playing, I hadn't, like I said, I haven't looked at this game for absolute 25, 30 years, something like that. And remembering where secrets are and stuff like that, as you're playing through the level, some of them come back to you, some of them don't. Like, I'm a little concerned because I'm not seeing the red key that's needed on the other side. And I'm not sure, I don't think that we missed any hiding places on this side. Let's take Olaf real quick. Let's put him over here, see if there's something up here. I just don't remember anything being up here. Yeah, there's nothing up here. So we have to figure out where the red key is. But it's obviously over on the other side. We just have to get over there and get it. Okay, Olaf. We're getting you down, kind of. Enough to where you can float onto it. Is it up there? I don't think it would be up there. I don't have it. Where? There's nothing over here. There's no stompers. There's nothing down here. Where did I miss it? And that's in front, which means that there's no going behind it. Okay, let's come on, give me the bubble. Is it, did I miss a bubble? No. Okay. Oh, jeez, that was close. Okay, there's no jump. Oh, maybe I have to. Oh, yeah, okay, that's what it is. Is Olaf needs to get there so that Eric can jump up. Let's see if we can get Balog across and end this mess. I have your stream playing while I'm doing an extreme boring task at work. You're helping me get through the day a bit faster, so die as much as you have to. Okay. Well, I think that is... Heck no, we're having fun. Okay. I don't have to die. I just keep dying. And now we have two of the three of them over there. And Balog, he can't jump. He can't, all he has, he's a rock. So all he can do is fall. But the bubbles, for some reason, and I have yet to figure out, I don't remember them being slippery, but I think it's just that I'm overcorrecting for the walk forward and back. But I'm trying to concentrate here. We're getting close. I think 2 or 3 more bubbles in. God damn it. But let me check this theory here. If I'm thinking right, it's one of these kind of things. Yeah, there's the red key. Okay, now we know where the red key is. Okay, let's go get Balog and try again. Okay, Yearjoy, I'm looking to create a retro style liner dungeon game, crawler game. Okay, basically different levels with changing enemies and floor bosses with big bosses. Okay, for games like this, is the combat mechanics be considered? Not really. In the old style games, like even Lost Vikings, it was more about the puzzles than the combat mechanics. I mean, yes, you give your guys 1 or 2 ways to fight. So like in the case of Balog, Balog has his arrows, but he also has his sword. I just overuse his arrows. Whereas Eric can jump, but he can also bash things with his head. You know, so those are simple. It's like what kind of monsters are you going to encounter? What kind of talents does your person need? Like in the game that I'm designing, there are 9 skills he has to learn throughout the game in order to win the game. So what you do is you design your levels for if he only has a sword, then the first section of levels in your game, he would only need his sword. But he would earn the right to use a bow and arrow at some point, and then you have range weapons as well as close-on weapons, and then the puzzles would adjust to that, etc., etc. But you would keep adding, as your levels go on, you would keep adding the new game mechanics that are needed for that level. So my way of looking at it is, what is the base, what for each level that he is, what weaponry or talents does he need, and then design the puzzles around those. And then everything that he's learned to a certain point, he has to use every one of them to take out the boss. It's basically how it used to be set up. Now you can do it all kinds of ways. But in the old days, like the old retro games, it was about taking all the skills that you've learned through while playing the game and using that to eliminate the big boss at the end of each thing. And some of the big bosses, like there are games that I played, and I can't remember the names of them at this point, where I just gave up on them because I couldn't kill the big boss. You know, I'm just like, oh my God, this is never going to happen. Now, in the case of like puzzles like this and stuff like that, it's literally just, you just keep going until you figure out what the right combination is to get through them. And that's pretty much it. You know, for this, it's dexterity and control of the controls and stuff like that in order to jump from bubble to bubble. And it's not much more than that. Okay, dungeon crawler, but dungeon crawlers are actually a lot of fun. I remember a game that I was playing before I started Blizzard or Silicon Synapse was Dungeon Master, and it was literally just a 2D 3D. When I say 3D, it was just like you were just going through a maze of a dungeon and killing mushrooms and all kinds of other stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. But it never got harder than the weaponry and stuff and skill sets that you earned in the game. So I really like that game. But it also led me to think about, okay, if I wanted to design a bunch of levels for a game, what would I do? Because we used to just draw them out, you know. But then I started looking at some of the tools for D&D. So if you look online for some of the tools for D&D where you're building your dungeons or mines or whatever, there's a lot of tools out there where you can build multiple level dungeons and place power-ups and do all that kind of stuff for a D&D game, and then literally take that and use that to design your levels in your game you're making. With Thor's face, saying one Balog coming up. I did forget to say, oh, mighty Thor, please return my guy to me. Missed it. That's right. We're just going to keep doing this. I'm going to then repeatedly punch myself in the face over and over and over again. Mighty Thor, please return Balog to me. Oh, that's Olaf. Oh, screwed that up. Doop-a-doop. Yeah, there's a lot of silliness. This is really starting to bug me. That's right. I just got Olaf. Everybody's gonna die. He's too far off the screen. Oh, not high enough. Okay. Okay. Okay, Olaf, you get the shield. Take it. Balog, you get the apple or the tomato, whatever it is. Eat it. Olaf, you're first. Moon Trucker's got 7. Yeah, we were playing Cranium last night, and one of the questions was, what are the names of Frank Zappa's children? And it made me laugh. Because my girlfriend's daughters had no idea who Frank Zappa was. That made me laugh even harder. My favorite line from Frank Zappa is, "You may go where the Huskies go, but don't you eat that yellow snow." And just for the record, his children's names are Ahmed, Dweezil, and Moon. His daughter's name is Moon. And his daughter had a hit song called Valley Girl years and years and years ago. You know, so if you look up Moon Zappa, Valley Girl, that's his daughter. And then Dweezil Zappa was in Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was he was one of the rebels with Mick Fleetwood. Meet Fleetwood. That's funny. So they were the rebels. Hey there. Grew up early days of gaming. Loved Lost Vikings. Cool. I just have to be patient on this, and I'm not. I want to get across. Come on. The thing is, the bubbles are 100% forgiving, and I'm non-forgiving. Just done. No. Hola. Please come back. Thor, send him back to me. Last time I popped, we were talking movies and things. You recommended Altered States. Yes. That's a great movie. Yeah. But I was wondering if you ever done an isolated tank. Huh? But I was wondering if you've ever done an isolation tank. No, I have not. But I do. I've thought about it. I just never have done one. It was not something that was ever available to me. Would you want to be seen with Vikings that have failed 15 times to get through? But in my day, Vikings were faced with much tougher levels, and we always got past them on the first try. Always? Do you doubt Thor? Now, go out there and find that exit. Apparently we've pissed off Thor. He's tired of bringing us back to life. And I wasn't looking. I was just pushing the button, so I didn't get the first part of the conversation. I don't remember what it was from my memory from 30 years ago. But Thor's pissed. These Vikings are failing miserably. But not their fault. Completely 100% my fault. I suck at this game. It's this specific level. You have 3 different characters you have to get across, and you have to get them across different ways. And they're not friendly about it, because the only other option is death. Now, if you could... no, we couldn't have done that. Oops. And even though I'm grabbing these, they don't really do any good, because you're stuck. Let's get Olaf over, or try. Why do I keep doing that? I know that he can't make it. I keep doing it the exact same way over and over again. That is a sign of stupidity. Oh, mighty Thor, please bring Olaf back to us. Okay. I've been trying to get past this level for an hour and 15 minutes. Now, I know it's not the level. I know it's 100% me, and I'm pretty much an idiot, but we will. By the time we do get it, then we'll be going, oh, okay, yeah. If you jump off the top, don't stop. Won't. No, it's not enough. We did the jump off the top. We did all that. Olaf needs to hit at least two bubbles in order to get across, but for some reason I keep trying to get him to do it in one. You know, but I think he needs 3 bubbles actually, and I keep trying to do it in 2. Nope. Eric can't jump off the top here and make it all the way across either. So Eric has to get at least halfway through the bubbles, then he can jump. But he can't just jump and make it. Here, let's go have him grab these things. So he has to do a tiptoe through the first couple bubbles. And then he can jump. But the problem is, he runs, he doesn't walk. Yeah, Olaf is the only one that can come up here on top and float, but he does need to stop a couple times because so he has to stop at least twice, and then when the bubble starts shaking, then he can make it the rest of the way over. So that's with Olaf. The problem is every now and then I don't do it right. I forget to make him stop for the second bubble. Where Balog has to walk, but because he doesn't run, he doesn't run past the bubble when he's falling for it. You can just kind of tap him into the next bubble. But Eric, because he literally sprints off the line, so to speak. Oh, shit. No, it's okay. We had to redo it anyway. Because he sprints off the line, he can overrun the next bubble as opposed to just tapping into it. Oh, mighty Thor, please bring Eric and Balog back. Thank you, almighty Thor. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky, obviously, and it's extremely annoying. And I can see a kid. Now, I don't think kids had trouble with this, and here's why. It's because back then, and we had a little bit of a talk about this before, is games were just harder. So you were used to this kind of stuff where something was hard to do and you just kept doing it until you got through it, you know? Or you were so well practiced that getting through it wasn't an issue. You just kind of go, okay, well, that's another puzzle. My problem is in my old age, I get excited about, oh, sorry, I should be shooting arrows. I get excited about making it, and then I overdo, and then I overdo again, and then I overdo again, and so on and so on. And then I tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends. Now, when this one starts shaking, I should be able to make it. Yep, okay, that's one. This is my next difficult one. So let's get him. He needs to get to at least the 3rd bubble, and then I think he can jump to it. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd one. No, it's the 4th one, because the 3rd one's pretty close. Come on. Now, I think that when we get to the top here, he can jump to the end. Ah, if I jumped. Damn it. I didn't jump in time for the bubble to... not only were the games just harder, but also even in my era, PS1 onward, is that if I had a game, that was it. That was the game. I couldn't just go on... Oh, that's true. You were stuck with the game you had, and you just had to keep playing it over and over and over again until you got it right. You know, we Asteroids was a huge one when it first came out because there was nothing else out there like it. Oh, mighty Thor, bring him back. Thank you. I have played this level 17 times and have not won or not got past it. I would completely understand if every one of you gave up on me. I am a loser. This is not the way I wanted this to be. Oh, damn, man. But by the same token, it would probably give Alan Adham a good laugh, because I remember he used to bring levels to me, and I've talked about this before, where he would bring levels to me and say, okay, play this. Test this. We're testing this one today. And I literally would just walk off the edge of a like this, walk off the edge of this and die. And he would just look at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? He may not remember it, but that's the way I remember it. That reminds me, all stories I tell are from my perspective. It may not be 100% true or accurate based on the perspectives of other people in the room at the time. Does that make sense? Hope so. Let's see if we can get Olaf across this time. Stop at that bubble. Come on. Ah, we missed it. Okay. Number 18. Almighty Thor, please bring Olaf back to me. It may not be true, but they are entertaining. Okay, well, as long as I'm entertaining. Because the worst thing you could be is boring. Yeah. But my goal is to be as accurate to the things I remember as I can. I will never knowingly lie about something or give a false truth about something. And if I do, it's only to save the life of a small child. My first games were on an CP with a doggy tape loader. Dodgy tape loader. Yeah, my tape loader was for my Commodore 64. It would only fully load about 1 in 3 tries. Yeah, because the tape would stretch. So I spent a lot of time playing games to completion just because I didn't want to load again. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, people forget where video games came from. I mean, and what we had to do to get them way back in the beginning of time. Before that, it was like we had arcades, but the arcades were literally like pinball machines and skeet ball and things like that. And you would collect tickets and go and buy things with the tickets that you collected. Those still exist, but they're different because a lot of the games now are digital. If you go to things like a Dave & Buster's or stuff like that, that's kind of the vibe, but it wasn't as much of a I don't know. Dave & Buster's always feels like it's more of a nerd nightclub, for lack of a better way to put it. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Bum, 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 bum. And here we go. Yep. Olaf is across. Eric, you seem to be the next one that's a big pain in the ass, so you're going next. Is there someone that can come here and play this level for me? Because we're now at 20 tries here. I think it's only too hard because I'm just not used to playing Super Nintendo games anymore. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring Balog back to us. Thank you. But 20 times now. Or 19. I think we're at 19 or 20. I'm sorry I'm misreading all of the 15. Maybe sometime we'll go back and I'll kill myself 15 times after I get through this level. Because we really want to get to the next level. And I'm sure that you guys are just like, geez, dude. Call yourself a professional? Yes. I'm a professional game maker, not a professional game player. Haha. Haha. You can do it. Sully, remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. Eventually, one of the movies that I'll put up, just so you guys know, will be Warriors. If you haven't seen The Warriors, it's a really good movie. But maybe dated. I mean, some of the movies I'll put up are dated or were amazing in their time and may have thrown people off. Ah, damn it. Okay. The next time, I'm not going to be talking while I'm playing. Yeah, but the guy that plays Sully in Commando is the same guy that says, "Warriors, come out and play." But he was also in a movie called Dreamscape with, God, what was the guy's name? But it was like you could enter people's dreams and do stuff. If you haven't seen Dreamscape, it's really good. Was speed running a thing back in the day? No. Speed running wasn't, because you couldn't speed run games, because games were like this, where there's one speed and that's it. You know, that came, I think, in the late 90s is when speed running started, or early 2000s, maybe late 90s. But this one was way early. This was like 1991, 92 is when we were making this. But I don't think you could speed run this game. If you could, you'd have to be really good at it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that plays this thing all the time and is just laughing at me, and that's okay. You also had to think about the fact that most systems, and that was including the 386 computers that we had, they weren't fast. What's your favorite pinball machine? I've talked about this before. Is the Tommy machine, which came out after the movie Tommy came out, was my favorite pinball machine. Okay. God damn it. I think we'll just talk for a while. Where are we at? We've been doing this for an hour and a half. Pretty much everything is, if it's not a picture that I took personally, then it's something that happened at Blizzard. In some cases, I don't remember where I got some things, but there's a couple things that I want to show that I think will help people better understand who I am, what I do, and stuff like that. But it also there's also other people from Blizzard in them and stuff like that. They're different videos and stuff. And one of them I'd really like to show, and like I said, I don't know if I can, is the Inside the Gamer Studio video, which is just me being interviewed. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be, or if you're old enough to even remember, but there used to be a show on PBS called Inside the Actor Studio. So we got the idea of taking us guys that had been there 20 years or more and doing an Inside the Gamer Studio version where we talk about the different games we worked on and stuff like that. So you had to be at least 20 years at Blizzard, and then we'd set it up in the presentation room and then be interviewed. And I wanted to be able to show that interview, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. So I'm going to find out if I can. And yes, Inside the Actor Studio was great. But in my particular case, for my version of it, Kat Metzen was the interviewer, because she actually came from, I believe, DirecTV, and she was a broadcaster and did some of the first BlizzCons and stuff like that as a DirecTV broadcaster. She was really, really good. But she interviewed me, and I just don't know if I'm allowed to show that video or not. And I really want to, because I really like that video. You know, because I have certain rules about being interviewed, and one of them is don't talk to me, or don't tell me what any of the questions are, and don't talk to me for a month before we're doing whatever interview it is. And she did a really good job keeping with that, and I think that the interview turned out really, really good. And I think Thor was working there at the time, and I think he's in the audience, and I point him out at some point. And that's kind of when people started to realize that he's my son, where before that, we didn't really tell people that he was my son. Even when he got the job, they didn't know that he was my son. So that was really cool. Sam's mom knew the desk was not good and took care of it. That's highly possible. She watches out for him always. Come on. You got this. Yes, you do. That's one. Okay, Eric. Just slow the hell down. Ain't that one. Come on. Can I jump from here? Yes! Okay. Baylog, you old sucker. Okay. This is a slow stepping. Don't be stupid. There's no point in trying to go ahead. The goal is to just, oh mighty Thor, please bring Eric back to us. Or, oh, Baylog back to us. I forgot what order they're in. Okay. We believe in you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. At this point, I am finding it hard to believe in me, but I will get this. First time chat. Hello, first time chat. How are you? And what are those? Oh, they're little dinosaurs. Cool. The All-Father Odin. We know he ain't throwing bubbles that fly. This time you won't die. Oh, wow. Prayers. I get prayers. Odin gets prayers. The funny thing is, I'm probably going to have to go practice this level a couple times. I should probably... I've been trying not to, like, play when I'm not on the stream. I think this is probably one that I probably should. Well, only one person can jump while I'm on the bubbles, and that's Eric, which he just did a minute ago in the last time we were running through. So, but Baylog cannot jump. Olaf can glide, which is how we're getting him across, because he can glide between bubbles and stuff like that. The problem is getting Eric on a bubble is a little bit difficult because he doesn't walk, he runs. So even his takeoff, you overshoot the bubble sometimes. And that's where part of our problems have been. But yes, Eric can jump while on the bubbles. Before it starts like pulsating, he can jump. After it starts pulsating, I believe that the floor falls out of it and he can't jump. Let's get Olaf over. So with Olaf, it's I just can't talk while I'm doing this. But no, Olaf, only one character can jump. So that makes it difficult for the bubbles. I think we're at 23 attempts at this time. Oh, bring Olaf back to us. Thank you. Let's see if there's... I don't think we have any more smart-ass sayings about it. I think that 15 or 20 was the final one where the game just goes, you're not going to do this. One Olaf coming up. Thank you, Thor. You got this, Yearjoy. Take a deep breath. Focus. Ignore chat for a bit. And knock it out. Because you believe in me. I still don't know what you see. There's some bubbles that are a pain in the ass. And I won't last. This part's all pretty straightforward. Yep. Nope. You need to run up the hill. Run up the hill. Thank you. Up. eat that. Olaf, you eat that. Not that it matters, because when you die in the bubbles, you just die all together. All your life force goes away. Let's go. Oh. Damn it. I have 29 more minutes on this stream. I'm going to spend 29 more minutes watching you, showing you guys just how horrible I am at playing these things. I'm sure that there's some old school Blizzard people, the old Silicon Synops times. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring Bela or Olaf back to us. That are laughing their asses off at this. And I'm okay with that. Laugh all you want. But 20 plus times, I think we're probably, I'm just going to say we're at 25 times. I don't know how many times we're at. But a little bit much. A little bit of just like, and I know that I could call Thor and say, Thor, please play this level for me. And he would like probably cut right through it like a butter knife, you know. But the rest of it, like the base game, I'm having no trouble. It's the bubbles. This bubble level's always been a bad one for me, and I'm obviously willing to prove it at least 25 times in public. So, forgive an old man. Okay, Olaf. Let's see if we can not kill you this time. Okay, Olaf has made it. That's one. Okay, that's one. Eric, you're next. Just gotta inch him over. God damn it. And this is why we make games. To make people feel this way. The cool thing about failing is that you learn something from it. And it's always important to learn something from it. But that's the like we were talking about earlier, is each of the three Vikings is so unique. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring Eric back to us. Everyone, the way they play, the way they feel, how they move, all that stuff, is each of them is 100% unique from one another. And that was always fun. You know, but I will say this, and you know, I was talking about this the other day about how hard games were then to where they are now. When we get through this game, or this level, I'm going to be very proud of myself, even though it's taking me, we're now at 26 tries. You know, so anybody, like I said, anybody watching from old school Blizzard is probably laughing their ass off. But then I will say this. I challenge them to get a recorder, get Lost Vikings out, and play this level. Because this is not an easy level. I don't care what you say. I don't care how good you are. This is not easy. And it wasn't supposed to be easy. Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast. From this moment on, the next thing you will see is your lovable narrator punching himself in the head over and over and over again. It is not without merit. It is well deserved. Ah. Oh my, my, my. So what would you guys like to talk about? So it's we'll talk about it one day. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but eventually, yeah, we're gonna make some cool stuff. Okay. Did I just set him up to die? Not possible. Well, no, we're all good. Okay. Boop. Boop. Because this guy can't get off, we can. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was just being stupid there. See, here's the bubbles, and you gotta jump from bubble to bubble before they pop to get to the other side, but we need to clear this side first. Oh, the red ones. The red ones are terrible. Baylog, bring your sword. We want the sword this time. Yeah. Beep. Actually, we'll let Baylog get this one. Okay, now the main part of this one. We'll take Olaf first, because if he gets in trouble, he can float. So we can float him into a bubble. We can float him to the next bubble, and then we can float him into death. You know, the thing I forget is bubbles, they're slippery. There's a question on the board that says, not sure you can answer this, but how close was StarCraft Ghost to being finished? You know what? I don't know. All I know is that there were huge pieces of it that weren't fun yet, and I'm not sure how long it would have taken to make it a true Blizzard product. So I don't know. I'm sure that there's developers that actually worked on it at not Condor. Condor was Diablo. Swinging Ape, which became Blizzard Console. If there's people out there that were on that team, they could probably answer that. You know, my job was making commercials and cinematics and stuff like that. So at that time, oh, sorry, we need to get Olaf back. Give up, yes. Oh, mighty Thor, please give us Olaf back. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to try to do that every time until it gets funny, because it's not funny yet. It's actually kind of sad. And if my Thor could bring people back to life, I would be very worried as to who he would choose. If that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Let's just take him up there. Though I'm not new to Thor, I am new to streaming and the streaming echo cycle. And so far, everybody that I've talked to in regards to streaming and stuff like that has been very friendly, very helpful. I really have no complaints. I mean, because Thor streams 12 hours a day, I'm not always able to get a hold of him to ask him questions, but there are different streamers that have answers to a lot of the questions I have and stuff like that out there. Although I cannot for the life of me figure out why YouTube worked once and hasn't worked since. Actually, it worked twice, but hasn't worked since. Thor explained to me the monetization thing. I don't fully get it, but when it comes to that, then I will definitely deflect to him to say, okay, what do I do here? How does this work? Yeah, should it happen? Come on, give me a bubble. You didn't give me a bubble. Ah! Damn you. Damn you all to hell. That goes back to what we were talking about before, is why doesn't it just reset them? So if we jump, Wow. That was me making a lot of mistakes really quick, but it working out. Woohoo! Eric can make it, but he has jumping abilities, so let's see if we can get let's get Mr. I fight them all across. He needs a special set. Come on, give me a bubble. Give me a bubble you can walk to. Oh, almost missed that one. Oh, gonna fall straight down. We're waiting for the bubble for him. That's the one. I'm thinking if I can get Balog high enough, he could probably float most of the way across. Or no, sorry, Olaf. If I can get Olaf high enough. But there's companies that do make that. Since we got everybody across. Okay, now we're going to go. Other than the key. Oh, Almighty Thor, bring everybody back. Okay, sorry, I almost forgot. Prescription lenses always. You know, if you look, like this one gives my eyeball a nice big eyeball. Good. That's my bad eye. You got good eye, you got bad eye. And they don't talk to each other all that much. Except for in the visual cortex. And the conversations they have are just not polite. That's all I'm saying. They're not a friendly group. Okay, Eric, come on up. See, another thing that I had on the perfect glasses was it would not reflect the lights. Yeah, keep from getting into like an old Yeller condensation thing. A lot of FPS games have motion blur turning on by default. I don't know. It's because I never played them. Like I said, there's only one that I ever played and I loved it, which was Half-Life 2. It was a great first-person shooter and the first one that I was able to play without just getting sick to my stomach. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. Okay, let's see about getting everybody across. Olaf, you were the problem child last time. Let's see if we can float you onto. Damn it! Every exact same thing every fucking time. Let's go on to this, which is just, oh my god, please let me get through it today. I have wasted almost an hour trying to avoid this level. So we're gonna continue on, and we're gonna get through it this time. We're gonna do it. I got it. Me. April. I was 6 years old. Oh my god. I was 32. That's right. 32. 32 years old. I was 9. Okay, let's go here. The monsters are never the problem on these levels. It is the tricky bits. Oh. Let's get the tricky bits done. And let's not jinx it. Let's just go. Okay, we're gonna do the best we can. Of course, the first Viking I even walk off onto the bubbles is gonna die. And then I'm gonna have to ask Thor once more to bring him back to life. All right, Bela or Olaf. 93 was a great year. I was 3. That's okay. 3 is a good year. Okay. Okay. Woohoo! Olaf has made it. Eric. You fast little demon, you. Just don't fall in. Water. We got to get him close enough to where he can jump it. Okay, so our count for today is 1. Might as well not even argue with it. Say, "Oh, mighty Thor, please bring Eric back to us. Thank you." 1 dead Viking. I killed a lot of them yesterday. A lot. It was very sad. Got so bad that Valhalla itself called me and said, "What the hell are you doing, dude?" I said, "I'm killing Vikings. I don't know what else to do. That's all I got." Olaf, Eric, and Balog are the names of our Vikings. They're a fun group that something you hear about every day. Oh, I almost missed that one. Ha! That was good timing. Okay, Eric. Let's bring you over here. Balog, yeah. My brother and our friends grew up on Warcraft 1, StarCraft 1, and Diablo 2. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually mentioned in the intro for StarCraft 1. What you got for me out there, Joey, right? It's got Zergling for sure. I don't know about the rest. I broke my rule. I talked while I was playing. I think that I'm gonna not talk during the bubble part. And we're not gonna waste time. We're just gonna go and say, okay, oh, mighty Thor, please bring Eric back again. Thank you. And then let's go back in. The thing is all I really need, no, you need to, in order to get Olaf across, you do need to go up. We do have to do this preliminary stuff. Unfortunately, you can't save it after you kill all this stuff. That would be kind of cool. But old school games, we were talking about it the other day about the fact that old school games are hard, you know, and this particular puzzle is quite hard because each of them moves at different speeds, at different, every character is so different. So even getting them across something like the field here is kind of hard. Blip, 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 blip. Yeah, it's called a challenge not to have the game play itself. True. I don't think you can make these ones play themselves on because I'm actually playing it on the SNES cart. So I don't think they can play themselves, this one. That was just me being stupid. So, yeah, today is starting out just like every other day. Yeah. Let's go to questions here real quick. Oh, mighty Thor, please bring Olaf back to us. Thank you. I did not practice at all, because here's what I thought. Because I was going to, but then I realized that because the Retron 5 won't let me enter the code at the beginning to go back to this level, I was worried that I would have to play through the 4 levels before it again to be able to get back to it to play it with you guys. And then I'm like, also, I promised that I would play them as is when we first started, and I thought that it would be against what I promised if I went and practiced them over and over and over again. But technically, aren't we practicing them now? I'm just practicing them in front of you and talking horrible things about myself because it's just not working. Blip, blip. Turn around. Thank you. Dev will make you a better streamer into. Maybe. We'll see. This is only my 7th day of streaming. Yeah, but you know, it's all good. Okay, Olaf, let's take it easy. Go slow. We're going into quiet time. Take a breath. Breathe out. Okay. Almost fell off that time. Okay. Olaf is over. Okay, Eric. Your turn. Oh, I almost walked off. Ah! That's okay. He took a hit, but that's okay. He made it. Baylog. It's all you, buddy. It's all you. We're going to miss that bubble because we're going to take a time and take a breath. Okay. Drop off. Okay. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. Come on. Okay. We're doing good. Doing good. Drop straight down. Now the new one would come up. Okay. Damn it! I don't know what my Twitch emotes are going to be. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I will have to find an artist to help me with them because I don't, because of the other things I need to take care of day in, day out. I don't have time to draw a bunch. Thor's beard. That's funny. Maybe it'll just be a dead Viking. I don't know, because I seem to be really good at killing Vikings. So since Eric... Okay, Baylog. Thor, bring Baylog back. Thank you. Maybe I should take Baylog across first. And just save us a lot of time and suffering of watching two of them make it and him not make it. Because he seems to be the one that dies the most. He's also the one that you need the most skill and or timing for to get across, because he doesn't have like a special jump ability or a floating ability or anything like that. So Baylog will be the one that we take first this time, and then we will do our best to get the other two across. Okay, Baylog, let's take you down here. Just really inching our way up or down. Okay, come on. Olaf is always happy. Yes, he is. He is just a happy guy. If you could go back and talk to the folks who made this troublesome level, is there anything you would like to tell? Well, as one of the people who made this troublesome level, believe me, I've had quite the conversation myself about it. But what's weird, though, is I remember... Almighty Thor, please bring Baylog back. I remember it being difficult back in the day as well. But I don't remember it being this difficult. But I was playing more SNES games at the time, so maybe it's my controller thing. It could be anything. I'm gonna do what everybody used to do back then. It's the controller's fault. It's not me. It's the controller, because that's how you did it. It was always the controller's fault. How dare you me? Yeah. Talking to yourself in the mirror. No, I don't talk to myself in the mirror because, quite frankly, I can't stand looking at myself. But Yeah, I did have a discussion with myself as to why is this so difficult. Yeah, it's always technical issues. No, believe me, I did rationalize this last night after yesterday's fiasco, where I'm like, okay, the Retron 5, even though I am using a SNES controller, maybe there's a delay between the controller and the game that is causing a problem, which is why, because you have to be so accurate on the bubbles that it's kind of not easy. And if there's even a minor delay, then oh shit. See? Even a minor delay causes problems. Oh, we're dropping straight down. Okay. Sadly, he can't jump. He can't jump or do anything else. But if there is a latency issue, I don't know how to adjust it on this. What happens if I pull the menu up here? Will it even pull up? It may not. Come on. Okay. Okay, filters, load state, save. This is probably going to screw something up, but I'll go. Scan lines, no, this is all that. Return to main. Game menu settings. Let's look at settings. Scan lines. Display, this is all video. Let's go back down. Let's go down further. Audio, I'm not too worried about. Controls. Manage. Button mapping, hotkey configuration. Control player mapping. Let's look at this one. No, nothing for latency. Go back. Nope. Back. Button map. If I was 30 years younger, yeah. Auto load state. Oh, we'll turn that off. Auto start. No, there's no. Yeah, I'll have to go through this later today and figure out if there's a setting in there somewhere. Let's go back. And then back to play. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go later today and try to find an old Super Nintendo, which I think I can find, and then come back and see if removing the Retron from it and any delays that it may have in latency. So in the meantime, what we will do, we're going to enter the password. Don't tell anybody this password. Helps if I actually put it in. We're doing the bubbles level, so hopefully we can figure out what the password is. Oops. Okay, once again, last week when I was playing this, I died 30-something times. It's very possible that I will die 30 more times, but we will do our best. Also, because of the way the SNES does it, it actually puts it in a 16:9 window, whereas the emulator only put it in a 4x4 or 4x3. So I had to change the screen up a little bit at the last minute just to be able to show it all. So this is a temporary screen for all the games that we're playing from the Super Nintendo, and then I will make a better background screen for the 16:9 versions. It feels a little bit more responsive, so that could be good. That's me. Look at that, Olaf catching a bullet. Dumbass. Olaf, get yourself some food. Get the red guy on the far side. And yes, red dinosaurs are much more deadly than blue dinosaurs. Oh, turn into it. Okay, let's get Olaf some food. We're gonna eat it. All right, here we go. The part that killed us so many times last time. I realized that if I completely screw this up, I can not use the excuse that I was on an emulator and it wasn't responsive. So I'm not looking at it. Oh, let's grab that. Although if he gets hit, if he doesn't make it through the bubbles, he's going to die anyway. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, get back up there. We want to use his ability to float. Shit. That was all me. That wasn't a delay. That was all me just completely messing it up. They're all going to die. One dies, everybody dies. Okay. And as we learned last week, Almighty Thor, please bring my Vikings back to me. Yeah, I dodged all the bubbles. The problem is that you're not supposed to dodge the bubbles. You're supposed to land on them and then use them to get across. Oh, that blue guy. The blue dinosaur. I believe Sam did the original artwork for the blue dinosaur, and then both he and I did all the animations for all of the bad guys, all the monsters. I think what we're going to find out is I'm just terrible playing this game. What we'll do is we'll give it 5 tries. If I can't get past it, then we'll use the code to go to the next one, and then I will go and practice this level, which I didn't want to have to do, but I think I may have to, until I get it every single time. Then I will come back to this level. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to try now. We're going to do our best to. That was impressive in some way. What, to just die like that? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I die impressively. Oh, missed it. Oh. Let's see if we can get Eric across. Ah. No, it's me. All me all the time. Dying every time. This one should be a bubble underneath. It's not. It's the next one. Okay. It's funny because my picture's in the way and I can't see the platform. Can he make it? He made it! We have one Viking across, but it doesn't matter because the others are dead. Give up. Yes. Oh, let me see about. I need to move me on this to hopefully see. We'll put me up there for right now. See if that helps me see things. Try again. Oh, Mighty Thor, bring everybody back. Thank you. That was juicy. Slow and steady. I think that's part of it. Is I keep rushing through. I believe both the blue ones and the red ones have the exact same animation. They're just a different color. Okay. How are you supposed to know that they're there? Yes, we had talked about the fact that back in the day, Super Nintendo games were hard. They were not made for the weak. Where's the next bubble? Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, the next one's underneath. Then we'll step forward again. Ah, nice. And then once we get to the top of this one, I think he can make it. Yes, he made it. We got one. Okay. Eric, you just got to get halfway and then you can jump, my friend. Damn it. Oopsie. That's a good one. Let's see if we can get two of them across. Let's see if Baylog can make it over. And step. And step. We need the practice, basically. This should be at the under. No, it's not the under. We can see the edge. He needs another bubble. Ah, damn it. I didn't see it. Ah. Yeah, the Eric is the red one. He is fast. Because he runs, it makes it very difficult to have him do things slowly. So you kind of have to like do a tap, 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 and then hope that he doesn't overjump it. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring our Vikings back. Thank you. So I may have to go practice this one for a while because it's really hard. Like I said, most games of that time were very hard. Nintendo was not for the weak in some cases. Even if you go play the original Marios and all those were, some of those puzzles in there were really freaking hard. What's sad is I laid out this level. I should be able to do it without thinking about it. And the pattern is the same on the bubbles every time. It's just getting them to land properly is not an easy thing. So you gotta kind of, if you see, you'll see me just like kind of tapping him across. Oh, that was close. Is this the one that goes underneath? No. That's the one he fell off last time. Ah, damn it! Sorry. Things like this, honestly, why old games were just amazing. Yeah, because, and we had talked about this, about the fact that you're so happy that it was hard and that you succeeded at it, that when you finally do succeed, you just like, oh my God, I'm going to go tell all my friends I beat that level. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring back my Vikings. The first game I had as a kid, Sega was Viacom. I still, to this day, I struggle every time I play to get past more than a handful of levels. Yeah, they are not, the old games are not easy. They're not for the weak. Ah, leaning too much on the... All right, here we go. Oh, that was close. He should be able to make it. Yep. Okay, that's one. Eric, you're always a pain in the ass, so yeah, you're gonna go next. And step. Come on, give me the bubble. Oh, shit. I think if I get past two more, he can jump and make it at the top of the bubbles arc. Damn it. I'm so happy about that. It's so awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is great when you're part of a team. Oh, you haven't seen the rage of voting yet. I haven't thrown anything. I haven't gone into dad voice yet. Thor hates dad voice. Ah, look. Edge is right there. Okay. I'm going to give this one more time, and then we're going to go. We're going to jump ahead. I think 35 times not making it. Blaming the system. Blaming everything else. I've done all the things that you used to do as a Nintendo player. If it was an 8-bit, I would be blowing in the cartridge right now going, work, damn it. Oh. Boop. And here we go. Get everything killed. Oh, we're not close enough yet. Boom, boom. Okay. I just want to get them across the bubbles. We're going to do them in a different order this time. Come on. Where's the bubble? Ah, I didn't see it in time. Made by and for gamers. Yep. We were amazing creatures back then. Okay. Let me see. Is that all yearlings? Here we go. The bubble level of death. Bubbles! Woohoo! Okay, let's get all the monsters killed and out of the way so that we can get our way through it. Hit me with some bubbles, boys. We want some bubbles. It's going to be very funny as if I can't get past this in 5 levels again. And it just becomes a thing where every single stream we start out with playing 5 levels of this level. It's going to be absolutely hilarious to me. So, we have for Lost Vikings now, we have bubbles. For Rock and Roll Racing, we have the ferret swinging his tail around his butt because it goes with the music. We're building a thing here. We're building all kinds of things here. Okay. Here they are. Oh, I should go back and fix that bubble. I didn't put the reflection in, right? You see that? Yeah. There's one. We got one. Let's get him. He's the next hardest one. Someone. Oh, almost lost him. I think this is no. I've got to jump. Ah! Attempt 1 has failed. You have chosen poorly. Look at that, a very rare sight. 2 Vikings. Only 2. Okay, all together now, everybody join me. Almighty Thor, please Bring back the soul of my poor Viking. Thank you. Thor's the only one that throws thunderbolts, so as long as we're using thunder to bring them back together, I might as well say, Thor, please bring them back. Because that was a point of contention the other day. Why am I asking Thor to do it? Because it's lightning. Just makes sense. Now that's what I call yes. Two Vikings on that side. That is progress. I will say this, the controller is a lot more reactive than the one for the emulator. Come on, we can do this. Ah, we can see it. Don't fuck it up. God damn it. That's two tries. Yeah, the kids back then they played all these games to death, and literally were so much better at them than all of us. That I always thought it was funny because like Thor and his brother played this game and beat it every single time. Just like, but they loved it too. I think at one point they even played multiplayer, because you can play it multiplayer, where each of you picks a Viking, but I think it's only two player multiplayer. I don't remember if it was 3 or not. Oh, the angle was a little bit too high for him. So he got bit in the head. Olaf, eat that. Thank you. Okay, you're good. We'll take Olaf first this time. Oh, almost missed it. Ah, oh, so close. That was awesome. Eric, you just got to get close enough to jump, my friend. The problem with him is he goes instantly into a run, and that run, oh, was one bubble short. Need one more bubble. I got the feeling sometimes you guys just like watching me fail this. Yeah, maybe I'll make a tombstone emote, but I won't use RIP. I'll put Derek on there, which was Jason's and Thor's and his brother's fake older brother. Almighty Thor, please bring back our Viking. Thank you. Yeah, when the boys were little, and on Halloween, we used to have little tombstones out in front of the house, and one of them said Derek. So his mom and I made up this thing that Derek was their brother that died, and that he comes back every Halloween to check on them. And but we always had the Derek tombstone out front. So maybe I'll make a Derek tombstone as one of the emotes. I have to figure out how to get it to fit on there. Oh, God damn it. Okay, whatever. do that? I thought I was on Baylog. Might as well kill them all, right? Oh, okay. Achilles says that Twitch chat likes watching their streamers fail and get a little angry. Ha ha ha. Okay. Well, you've come to the right place, because I am going to fail constantly. However, I'm going to keep trying. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Oh, Mighty Thor, please bring everybody back. I didn't know what to expect doing this. So it's actually, to me, it's been very, very positive. It's been a lot of fun. It's also fun just going back and seeing the old games and remembering them and playing them. You know, we will go back to Rock and Roll Racing once we get through Lost Vikings. Now that Lost Vikings is working, and we realize that the bubble problem is not Lost Vikings or the controller, it is me. And we'll get there. But Thor is troll now. Okay. Is he? Is he a troll now? I got news for you. Thor's been very supportive. You know, when I don't understand something, I call him, and he's very quick to help me understand why something's happening or what I should worry about and things like that when doing this stuff. It's very nice to be supported by your children. Yeah. I mean, even like with this, it's not easy to not say something stupid, if that makes sense. Because I'm spend my days saying stupid things. Okay, I need to be quiet for a minute. I'm just bad at this. There's just no way around that. I'm just bad at this. We're going to practice with everybody else. If I can get the right pattern for everyone else, I think Eric's going to end up being the one that's the problem all the time, because he instantly goes into his run. There's no real way to make him walk. I have to get him through, I would say, probably 4 bubbles, and then he should be able to jump. But we will see. What number are we on? I think this was 5. I will have to get a counter and keep count tomorrow. Oh, that was close. Now, I think if we go all the way to... Oh, we'll go to this one, just to make sure he can make it. Yeah, he doesn't have his fart ability yet. Let me see. Okay, I believe we've done the 5 tries. We're gonna... Hello and welcome to the bane of my existence. No, not Triva Tree, no. It's just plain lemon water today. I cleaned the cup out after I had my coffee. Vikings is a classic. Yes, it is. It was my very first game as a developer that I did from beginning to end. So it holds a very special place in my heart. I think it's just an amazing game anyway, because it's just fun. And they're goofy, and they can't jump from a bubble to a bubble to save their life. Quite literally to save their life. Okay. This is now, I believe we are on try 33 for this level. I think it is. Yeah, we'll just call it 33. I'm not going to go back and count. Okay, back to this. You grab that, Olaf. Okay. I'm going to try to concentrate here. Okay, here we go. We made the first bubble. We have made it to the second bubble. We can see the edge. We have the angle of attack. Olaf has made it to the other side. Of course, he's one of the easier ones to get to the other side. Now, Eric, our fast-running freak. We're gonna take this slow because he's a jumper. Okay, give me a bubble. Give me a bubble. Okay. Can he jump over? Oh, we made it. Oh, that's okay. He took a hit. That's good. Two Vikings across. Okay. Okay, you take a breath. Yeah, he is the hardest one because he's just a lump. He can't jump, he can't fly, he can just fall. That is all he can do is fall. Come on, give me a bubble. Okay, this is straight down. Okay, we got this. Doing well, doing well. Get back on there. Oh, shit. I think he can do that. Oh. See, but now that takes all the fun out of it. Now we can't go back every day and do 5. Well, we still haven't made it to the end, but we've made it past the bubbles, which is a huge thing. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. We're going to call it at 34 tries. But let's do this. Eric needs to get the key. We're not done yet. So we got some more things to go here. Okay. Olaf, you go there. Baylog, come up. Get yourself ready. We're going to open the door. Okay, is there anything? Yes, Eric, come over here and get this food. Now eat it. Okay. Olaf, it's up to you to lead the way. Okay, so if I remember correctly, he can push us off the side. Let's get Baylog closer. Okay, let's give him that. Let's just get him up there and swinging. Oh, nice. Mwah. We have a spitter. We have a Hawktoon snail. Come on, turn around. Let's come back here real quick. Is there an opening? No, but there's more guys. Okay. So now that I've made it across the bubbles, if I do not make this upper part and I die, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. It is not going to be a pretty sight. This should be fun. Let's try this. Let's go to him. And then we'll go Missed him. Funny. Let me go back. Let me try a little bit lower. Let's see if he can get, yeah, he can get a little bit lower. Let's go there. Bam! Yeah. One more. I think we need 3 to kill him. Nope, 2. See, that's some skills right there. Skills. We got skills. We got skills to pay the bills. Alright, let's do this. Baylog, stand here. Thanks. Herc, get the goodies. Get the smart bomb. Thank you. We have a smart bomb. We can use it when we can get a lot of guys in one spot and use the smart bomb. We're going to see if we can get Baylog to jump back up there again and just hack him. It seemed to work really well last time. And we didn't have to put Olaf up. Oop, almost walked off. Ha! That's right. We did that. Okay. Bring everybody up. Olaf, we need your shield up. Eric, jump. This cannot be an easy one. Is there a guy? There is a snail. But he shoots lower than we are, so. Nobody's over there, so that didn't work. I think all we have to do is get to the far end here, and then we have killed this level, and we've made it through. We've made it! That's actually fun, shooting all the way across the screen. I don't remember doing that when we first played it, way back when, but it's cool you can do it. At least I think it's cool. And here is the exit of the bubble level. We have done it. We have succeeded. We have made it. If that happened, let's see. Yearjoy, if that happens, I'm prepared to throw my controller out the window. Trust me, there's been many times I have. I just throw it on the desk and throw my hands up because it just drives me crazy. Let's see what our friends have to say. Let's get them all close to the exit here. And then we will be jumping back to Egypt. Now, we all smell like swamp. Boy, do we need baths? Baths? Vikings don't need no stinking baths. We don't need no stinking Vikings either. So. And there you go.